What's up, Baconators? Welcome back to Hot Drops, episode number 12. We are an entertainment-based podcast where we talk about all things music, movie, games, anime, TVs, burgers, anything and everything you could think of, honestly. My name is Josh. I'm one of your hosts, usually accompanied by my co-host Dylan. This week, he has some Avengers Initiate stuff he has to handle. I can't really get into the details, just ask him. Ask him yourself, I can't really speak for him, But anyways, you can find us on almost all streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media pages or subscribe to our YouTube, so you don't miss out on our giveaways that we hold every month. We usually try to give away like a game. Right now it's just games because it's the easiest thing to give away, but it will get bigger in the future. Just make sure you don't miss out on free stuff. You can catch us on Twitter at hot_drops_pod, Instagram at hotdropspod, or YouTube if you just type in hot drops. I just recently checked, we are actually in like the top 10. Our channel will just show there, so we climbing. And also, if that's just hard, we also have a link tree in our description you can just click on. So yeah, let's get right into this. Today we are going to be reviewing Run, and accompanying me today is Ashton. I'm so glad you're here to help and join me on this episode today. This is a big step in Hot Drops history.
A pioneer episode.
Pioneer episode indeed. And you know what? I know you told me before, but how's your day been so far?
It's been good. I've been looking forward to this all day, not gonna lie.
Same, bro. Like, I woke up, I've been waiting. I did my daily dues, but I've been waiting, and now we're here. So, I'm just glad you could join me.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm also really interested because from what I'm gathering, we have some differing opinions about this movie.
Yes. We can get into that more a little bit later. But I do want to start off with when did you watch the movie? Because I actually watched this last night, so I'm like, a lot of stuff is fresh in my brain.
Yeah, I just was watching a couple trailers just to bring it back fresh in my mind. I watched it, I believe, last week because I was sick, so I was just trying to watch anything and everything. And I saw the trailer on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I saw it actually on Sarah Paulson's Instagram. She posted the trailer, and I watched it, and I was like, ooh, because I'm just in it for anything SP. So I think I watched it last Saturday actually.
Yeah, that sounds about right because that's when you were sick. Mm-hmm. All right, I was wondering just to see how how fresh it is in your mind because I may have watched it yesterday, but only a couple things stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into that. But yeah, what are your? Is it weird to ask for an impressions on a movie? Because for games we do that, but for movies, what were your? Nah, that's kind of weird. Huh?
What I was thinking, going into it.
Yeah, what were you just expecting? Because we have the tag of thriller. Mm-hmm. That's what you guys sold me on, was that it's a thriller, mm-hmm. which it was in its own way.
It's not an action thriller. It's more of a psychological thriller, I'd say.
Yeah, there you go. It is more psychological than horror, which that's. I think I did watch the trailer, but I don't think it stuck. For some reason, my brain was like, "All right, we can get a horror thriller the whole way through." I don't know. I thought there was gonna be a monster. I don't know why. But yeah, what were you expecting out of it? Just going into the movie.
Going into it, I was actually expecting some horror, just because mm-hmm. The way the trailer was edited was it made it seem very fast paced, kind of always in danger. It made Sarah Paulson's character seem really scary. So I was expecting a horror thriller. And I was just expecting really, really great acting and a great story, really well thought through, because it seemed it was kind of something that could be in the same like family, like a cousin to like an American Horror Story
Yeah.
type of thing. Um, it seemed like it would be something like that because I mean, partially also that's very like what Sarah Paulson does is horror, so that's kind
Yeah.
of what I was expecting.
Also, the Sarah Paul, what's her last name again? Sarah
Paulson.
Paulson.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she? Because I've seen a lot of her movies, but for some reason I can't remember like off the top of my head her main ones. But doesn't she normally play like the victim in most of her roles?
Um, it depends. Like I think lately she's been kind of like moving, like crossing over into like more of being the villain. Because like
Yeah.
so she's mainly once you say her name, people think of American Horror Story. In my experience,
Mm,
because she's been in a whole bunch of those seasons, and in a
yeah.
lot of them she ends up being like the victim or like a bystander trying to help a crappy situation or something. But like she
Gotcha.
did Ratched too, which I personally really liked. And that's a Netflix original. But in
I don't
that
think
one,
I've
she's
seen that
playing
one.
Nurse Ratched, who is a character from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, who is considered like one of the greatest villains of all time, at least in
Really?
literature. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so she seems like she's kind of getting into wanting to be the villain. So
Was she? Wait. Was she the girl in Bird Box too? I can't remember.
in Bird Box, no, that's what is that? That's
Oh yeah, no. Wait, that's
oh,
I
her
haven't
name's
seen
on the
Bird
tip of
Box in a
my
while.
tongue. Sandra Bullock, right?
Oh yeah. There we go. I don't
Yeah.
know why. For some reason, my brain, I thought it was her for a second, but
Oh wait. Oh, she was in it, but she's not the
was
main
she?
character. I think she's
Oh,
like
she's
the
not.
sister. Wow.
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah. Okay, I remember where she's at now.
I did not
Okay.
even
All right.
realize she was in that movie.
I don't know why I thought Sandra Bullock was. What the heck? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, no, I just wanted to. I was just wondering because like, for this role, Sarah killed this role honestly as a villain too.
Yeah.
Especially with keeping it like once you figure out her trauma and like the reason why she does everything, like, and then you see like the rest of the movie, like why she had that, like you could see like she was keeping up with like the persona the whole way through, too, and I don't know. I just want to give a like a little like a rounding applause for her on her role.
Yeah, I think I she was definitely the highlight of the movie in my opinion. Like I mean, I liked the movie, but like she was like
Yeah, like her
without her
performance
I
in it too.
probably wouldn't have liked the movie.
That's honestly like when you guys told me like to watch this one, I was like, all right, it has her inside here. I'll watch it. So she is definitely a selling point. But I also heard like the kid Chloe. I don't know her actress name.
Hmm.
But I heard that I didn't check it up either, so I can't really like confirm, which I'll probably do right now. But the actor was actually like a handicap.
Oh
Um,
wow. She's
I
handicapped?
heard, but I don't know. This was just from a comment I saw at the bottom of where did I watch to see the comment? I think it was on YouTube when I was watching the trailer. So, but what do you think of the Chloe here, Kiera Allen? That's her name.
As an actress?
Yeah, what did you think of her performance in the movie?
Um, I I liked her, but there were some moments where she was just like I don't know, I feel like I was kind of pulled out of the movie because like she started to kind of not be believable and not like as
Mm-hmm.
a disabled person or anything, but like it was just
Yeah,
like she seemed like I don't know, she was doing stupid things.
yeah,
It was
she
kind
was
of irritating
100%.
me, but it might be I think it was more her character than it was her. So she does do some like weird things with her
Yeah,
face, and that was kind of bothering me. I don't know. She just I didn't like come away from it being like, oh, that's a star. You know, like sometimes you see somebody for the
yeah.
first time and you're like, oh yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
she did not hit me that way. And I just double checked. She is actually disabled, and she this was
Oh,
her
she
first
actually is.
movie. Yeah. So it was
Interesting.
her first. It was
Okay.
her first role, and yeah, she is in a wheelchair.
All right. Well,
Interesting.
see, I'm not trying to sound mean, but
Mhm.
with this being her first movie, do want to just say because like it's gonna be like the basis of a lot of things I say about this movie is her performance being the main character. This story revolves around her performance. Just is all kind of what what kept me from liking the movie so much. It was like all of my problems with just it wasn't even her performance. It was more like the writing of her character too, and just act like just like just the character in general, bro. Like it kind of just it wasn't selling it for me. And there was like, so in like all these thrillers, horrors, like all these types of movies, every main character will without a doubt do stupid things. There is no movie where I have seen a character like, this character only ever did the right thing. So there's like a low gauge I rate these characters on, like, all right, we gotta gauge how stupid the stuff you're doing is, And the weird thing was that this character, she's supposed to be extra smart, she's like I wouldn't say, was she an engineer? Yeah, she was like fixing stuff too and everything.
Well,
and
yeah, she was
very
like
tech savvy,
learning. Like she had like a bunch of books and stuff because she's homeschooled, so she like I guess had like and couldn't go anywhere, so she had all the time in the world to be studying stuff,
whatever it was she's studying. But
yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, like just like random stuff, especially when she came in with the human contact, like when she was out watching at the theaters with her mom to go get like information on the drug and everything. Like there's so many different human interactions. She could have literally just asked anyone on the street, hey, can you Google something for me, or like I don't know, like I don't know, like that's the one thing that like felt really off with me, is that like when she had any type of human interaction that wasn't with her mom, it felt really like forced just for the sake of
like to create
furthering
tension.
the plot. Yeah, to create tension, especially like for me, there was that talk with that one doctor, like to get like the information about like, oh, is this pill? Pretty much she was just trying to figure it out with the what was it? If it was tridoxin? No, not tridoxin.
Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, like I don't know, that whole scene is really it impacted a lot for me, just because that's when like all the bad writing and stuff like came out at once for me. Which is like, oh, we're playing a game, and the people in line, they saw her. I don't know, it just felt like really like shallow for me.
Well, okay, yeah, because like I don't know why she didn't. I don't know, because she figured out the name of the.
From calling that one guy.
From calling it, so she already knew what the name of it was. So it wasn't like she had to go ask, like, oh, what pills is my mom on? Like, so she literally knew the name. So like she could have gone in and said like, oh, like I have a friend who is like taking this, but like it's having some weird side effects. Like, can you tell me like what this medicine does or what it's for? Like she could have said something like that, because then it wouldn't have anything to do with a patient confidentiality thing. Like, I mean, I feel like she could have gotten really creative with that. Like you said, like, I think.
Yeah, it was so direct with how she just was trying to get her information. It was like, for me, it was like the worst possible way you could have handled that. I was like, come on, girl. I don't know. Just like, cause like that whole scene, like after I saw that, my brain just kept like, and also just the nurse too. I feel like that was like the worst. She's not a nurse. She's just like a counter nurse or whatever.
Counter nurse.
I couldn't remember the title.
What do you do for a living? I'm a counter nurse.
Anyways, that pharmacist handled that situation the worst I've ever. Like it was just like I don't know, bro. Like that whole scene for me, just that was what hurt me, because it was going fine. Like I was enjoying the movie in the beginning half. Like everything was just flowing. We got the introduction of our characters. We got a little mystery behind everything. Mom acting a little weird with the mail. Like bet. Everyone's parents do something a little weird, but like. When it started unfolding, it felt like it was unfolding a little too fast for the sake of unfolding, for me, at least.
Yeah. I mean, okay, can I just, like, give my, like, overall review now?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Like,
I didn't mean to, like, skip to just negative. I was trying to, like, hype it up, but, this is my first time doing the hosting part.
It's fine. I just, like, feel like I have things to say that will make... No.
So, okay, the way it works too, just cut me off whenever too, because like
no,
if you need to say something, just slap my face and talk over me. Do it.
Okay, will do. So like my thing was like I felt like starting the movie, like I did, like I thought that the exposition and everything was really good. Like the first part I was like, okay, this is gonna be like good. And then once it started getting to parts where it was like just Chloe, those were the weakest parts of the movie for me, for sure. Like because she was doing weird stuff. Like
Yeah.
everything that the mom, like that Sarah Paulson's character, Diane, I think her name was,
Yeah,
like everything
Diane.
that Diane was doing like was like, oh my gosh, like, oh my god, like this is getting crazy. Like she's like
Mm-hmm.
super smart. Like everything she was doing like was very like well thought out and logical. But like like the whole bringing like the hot torch thing, like when she's trying to break out of her room and break into the other window, like, and holding the water in her mouth, I was like,
I
just
forgot about.
break the
You could have just
window.
hit the window.
Like it
And
was
then
so
when she
weird.
climbs in and falls into the glass that she just broke, but the glass didn't do nothing to her because that's the plot armor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I saw there was like a but, and that was weird. Is like they could have easily added some blood because she was all like bruised, but she
Yeah, she's
wasn't
like bruised up and
bloody.
everything.
But
Yeah.
I don't know why that didn't make any sense. But yeah, there were things like that where it was like they were almost trying to like overemphasize how smart she was, but like
Mm-hmm.
by doing that, they made her look like an idiot. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, there we go. That was my problem.
yeah, it really, that really was the rough part for me. So like it, I almost watched and enjoyed this movie because I wanted to like, I was almost
See the
rooting for
next
Sarah
antic.
Paulson's character. Like I was almost rooting for Diane. I was like, girl, you smart. Like I don't know. Like you kind of, this kind of seems like it's all you. Like I mean,
Yep.
she did a lot of smart things. I mean, I will give her. It was really stupid to keep basically all the evidence that explains what you've been
In a
doing in a
box.
basement and then put
Yeah.
your captive in the basement with the box. Yeah, that was
Well, I
rough.
figured she's planning on killing her that night anyways, or like making her into that vegetable state because that's
Yeah.
at least I thought that's what her plan was. So it's like whatever, but I don't know why she like they had that whole moment of or why it was so sincere, if that makes
What do you
sense. Because
mean?
like when Chloe figured out and then she was telling her mom like, you're not my mom, hey, you're not my dad, stuff like that. They made that scene so sincere, acting like Sarah wasn't about to just um turn her daughter to a vegetable by injecting her with that
With a paint
neuro poison.
thinner.
Yeah. So she's gonna, cause I think what she's gonna do is put that in her, call 911. Daughter is rendered like pretty much disabled, a vegetable, and she's just gonna care for her the rest of life and just like try to be that mother. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. For me, that whole scene was kind of weird because like tried to make it super sincere with the mom, even though she's already doing these like evil things. Which it's like at that point, just going with it because a bad guy talks too long. That's how the good guy comes up. But I
Yeah.
don't know. Um,
Yeah, I felt like, so the thing, once I watched it, I had like been noticing all kinds of plot holes throughout the whole movie. I will by no means say that
yeah.
this is a perfect movie. It's a like
No, no,
the
no, no.
greatest movie of all time. No,
Yeah,
but like
it's
it really
enjoyable though.
was like the stress of like those moments where they're at odds, like that stuck with me. Like when she first goes downstairs to the computer to Google her name or the medicine or whatever it was, um and then you see that like the internet goes out and you're like, oh my
Hmm.
god, and then you're like, but you're like,
Oh,
oh
and she's
how
in the back.
convenient, but then you see that she's in the chair. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, like whoa. And then like when she goes up to like make a phone call and
the fake
the
call.
yeah, and like the cord is cut, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like it was just like those stressful moments, and when she's out in the garden, it was just like those moments really like, I was just like,
Yeah, the
man,
way.
that was so good. Like those parts were so good to me. And that's why like I kept watching and why like I still recommended it, because like I really thought that that was really good. Like
Mhm.
but like I definitely can see like all the negatives. Like the
The
fact
negatives.
that also like she's gone 17 years of her life. Like Chloe has gone 17 years of her life, and the first time that she's ever suspicious is when her mom gives her a new medicine.
Yeah, that was another thing for me too. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, this is when you like raise questions. Like, out of all the times you could have in your entire life,
Yeah, like it just seemed like it was like it's
out of
just
nowhere.
that for you. Like that was all it was. That was like that
this
tipped
that's
you
what sets
off.
you off. But yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I agree with that though. Like, so I only have, for the most part, I think I only have bad things to say. I mean, but what I will say is I did enjoy the movie. Like, I probably wouldn't watch it again,
Hmm.
but like I watched it with my friends, and we honestly had like a good time, just like figuring out the story piece by piece and stuff like that, and just stuff like that. So what I will say is it is an enjoyable movie, and it does go on the thriller part really really well. Like you said, with like the its key tension moments with like the mother in the background, uh,
Yeah.
and just seeing also like how the mother plays out like these parts. It's like it was like a game of chess, low key, between the
It
mother and the daughter.
was.
Just like trying to like, all right, who's doing the next move, and what is your next move? Like, so like in that aspect, I thought it was really really like, just if anything, fun to just see them go back and forth together too.
Yeah, it was so
Um,
entertaining, and also like the one of the things that I did like about Chloe's character was like she never really hid anything, but she just explained it away. Like when she was like, "Oh, like or like when the mom is on the phone, like about the internet, and she's like, "Oh, like how long is it gonna take to fix and all this stuff?" And then she's like, "Oh, like when's the internet gonna be back up?" And she's like, "I didn't say anything about the internet." And she's like,
yeah.
"Oh, I tried to use it last night." And I was like, "Oh, you're just gonna tell her?" Like, okay. And she just explains it away. And I was like, "Whoa, like, okay." Like you said, so like, it was like a chess like move. Like she's like, "I'm not hiding anything. I know you're gonna find out. It's just like, are you gonna know what I did and why I did
Mhm.
it?" Like that was interesting. And I thought that was like a really smart move on Chloe's part, was to be like transparent but like with ulterior motives.
Yeah, she was very bold with her. She was just a very bold girl too
Mm-hmm.
in general. Even just like in the theaters, leaving to go to the bathroom, even just like going across the street and like, doing that whole scene, even though like for me it didn't like it that's not how I don't think normal people talk like that, first of all. But like that whole scene, it's like it just show like a level of boldness to Chloe's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So I don't
definitely
know.
seemed like she was like she had depth, like, but it just there were a lot of moments like, I mean, I guess you could argue that it's like she probably doesn't have a lot of social skills because she has been locked up in her house for 17 years. But
That's also true.
so like, I mean, I guess there's that, but
Nah.
I mean, it really doesn't fully excuse it. um
Yeah. Like I think that could just see, that's not a problem, and like I think that's just a writing problem. Just because there's like a couple scenes that just felt like it was more with the conversations in the movie, like the also when she talked on the phone with that one guy to get
oh
the
my gosh.
description. I was like, come on, like that. This is not how you talk to strangers on the phone. First of all, I don't even pick up if I don't know the number. but but like that, it just feels so. It was just kind of awkwardly written.
It
Wasn't
was. And like how she that
wasn't
is like Patty's gonna come back for you. I was like, what? Like
Yeah, like
now you're a smooth talker? Like I'm confused. Are you Dr. Phil?
so
Like it was weird. But like I will
yeah.
say one of the strong suits for it too, like I was saying earlier, like those shots were like with Sarah Paulson, but like those moments, like when she's like at the top of the stairs, she's in the chair and everything, like that was reminding me a lot of Psycho from like the 60s
Um,
with Janet Leigh and I
I
forget
don't
the
think
other
I
guy's
watched
name.
that one.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch it. But the it's a Alfred Hitchcock movie, but
Okay,
there's so
okay.
many moments where it's like you think someone's safe and then all of a sudden danger is like right behind you. And like the
Yeah,
way that
like
they filmed it was just like impactful. Like I jumped a
mhm.
couple of times when there were those like reveals that like, oh, she's been there all along. Like I like those got me, and it was like in a really good way.
Mhm.
So like I loved that about it. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I really loved this movie for Sarah Paulson. Like she just killed it to me.
Yeah.
Like she really took that role and ran with it. Like because like in the beginning when she's like looking into the incubator with her dead baby, like
Mhm.
it's just like it's like, is that really your baby? Like, are you okay? Like, do we need to stop rolling? Like, she's so convincing, and just like, but she's got that like psychotic like element to it at all times where it's like, I don't know, like she's a little unhinged, but I love it. It's just
you can like definitely tell she was like just the way she carried her facial expression throughout the movie too. Like you could really tell like there was always something off about this character.
Yeah, you really like that. Even like the PTA meeting in the beginning where she's like the only one who's not worried about her child going away to college.
Yeah, like, that one was weird. I was like, you flexing? What? What's happening here?
But yeah, but like you believe her. Like I was believing her almost. I was like, oh, like is she really gonna send her to college? Like what's her plan? Like when she goes to college? Like I was like, okay, yeah, like we're going to college. But then, like come to find out, like that was never the plan. She was never going to college. Like she was always going to like be with her.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I really liked that whole side of everything. Like
I think like she carried her character so well, like which now that I see that this was like also Kiera Allen's the Chloe's first movie too, like that doesn't even that like it makes me understand more like the reason about like the decisions Chloe's actor had made like in terms of like acting wise and stuff. Like, you know, it's not like you have like a pro right next to you and then this is your debut movie too, so like, you know, it does, that's why like the contrast in the two's acting like felt a little, because like I'm trying to think like what if they put like, I don't know who else they could have replaced Chloe's actor with, but like what if they put like say another professional, would like with the little flair of another actor, do you think it would have maybe like changed the dynamic?
Well, I think it would, because some people I saw like were upset because Hulu has another original called The Act, and it's with Joey King and I always forget her name. Oh, Patricia Arquette. Gotcha. And they're both like I think Joey King has been in a couple Netflix originals and some other like big name movies, so she's like a well-known actress. And then Patricia Arquette has been around forever, a super respected actress. And the show was like a very similar premise where basically the mom has a perfectly healthy child, but she has like always had like abuse, like abusive partners and stuff, and also like struggled financially. So by basically disabling her child, she's able to qualify for Make-A-Wish things and grants and all kinds of stuff. So like it financially benefits her to like disable her child. And then slowly, very, very slowly, Joey King's character Gypsy like starts to realize that she's actually perfectly fine and can walk and everything. And then spoiler for the show, she ends up,
it's like 60 years old. You can spoil it.
She ends up killing her mom and escaping. So, but like the way that whole thing unfolds, like Joey King like killed it, like killed that role, and like you believed her the whole time. And she really had to step outside of herself because she had to like pitch bend her voice to sound like more childlike. So like she doesn't talk like a child, but she was talking like this the whole entire time, and it was like believable. It was just crazy. So
it adds more to like the what's the word starts with an I, the immersion of the movie. Like so like I'm sitting here like imagining like what if Joey King had played Chloe's character or someone like her, like it would have been a different movie for sure. What was that movie called again?
It's a mini series. It's called the Act.
Gotcha. It does have kind of like similar plot elements too. Like,
very, very similar. Yeah, a lot of people were kind of upset that Hulu had like two originals, both about like what's called like Munchausen by proxy syndrome, which is basically when you disable your child and make them think they're sick when they're not.
See, that whole concept would have never existed in my brain if it weren't for this movie.
Yeah.
Because at first I thought I thought it was going to be for the financial side for Diane, the mom, disabling her kid. But then because I totally forgot about that beginning scene with her child being like born and dying and having being like a preemie and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it showed like it was like more of an emotional thing for her, and it's just like a detachment. But
Yeah, she like wants to be needed and like needs someone to like and couldn't live without it.
yeah, and it's also crazy too because like that's one thing you never think about too. So like one thing I appreciate some movies too is for bringing up like certain topics that don't really being aren't ever really brought up, and like this one was like a small little bit to it, which was like how babies get kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
in their I don't know what that little area is called.
Oh yeah, like the
But yeah, stuff like
nursery.
that. Yeah, like the babies getting kidnapped in nursery because that's actually apparently that's actually really common. Like it's kind of crazy,
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
or maybe not common, but like it's not as uncommon as you'd think
Huh.
now. Like apparently, so
I mean, like I somehow have no trouble believing that, but I never would have thought that. Like if somebody had
yeah,
like asked
exactly.
me like on a trivia like show like babies get kidnapped
Hmm.
like 30% of the time from a hospital, like
You're
true
like
or
thirty
false,
percent.
I'd be like, nah, nowhere near that. Like maybe 1% of the time, like no way. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I wouldn't think that it would happen that frequently.
But yeah, so like I appreciate it when movies like they take their time to like introduce, not really introduce, like bring more awareness to like certain things.
Yeah. What did you think of the ending? Like that, like 9 years later or
Oh,
whatever.
I forgot the little it's like a little twist that they did.
Yeah.
Hey, I like stuff like that. Like like I'm not necessarily saying it's like the greatest thing she could have done, but I don't know. I like when like I guess that was revenge. I like revenge. I just like revenge. I don't know.
Well, I will say, like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't realize what was happening until I watched a couple of reviews that were like that ending explained, because like I didn't like when she takes that like pill out of her mouth, I didn't realize it was a pill. I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah,
And so I thought that whatever she gave her, she was like she killed her mom
like that
or
day.
whatever. That's what I thought it was. But I found out that apparently it was like all those pills she had saved every day that she had like been given that like tridoxin or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
She was giving it to her, so she was basically doing back to her mom what she did to her. And I was like,
Mm-hmm. It's
whoa,
like
that was dark,
okay.
but
Yeah, me
okay.
too. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, that's out of nowhere, but I like it.
Yeah, and the fact that she's also like out like living her best life, but then she just occasionally drops by to like wreak havoc on another person's life and get some
Yeah,
revenge, like some casual
that's
sweet
crazy.
revenge.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you want to go to the party tonight? No, I can't. I have to go visit my mom. But like, little did they know, she's like, handicapping her mom.
For
That's
real.
crazy.
Yeah, and like like that look on like Sarah Paulson's
Her,
face was just
yeah.
like she's just like, oh my, like whoa, like this, like I don't know, that was just crazy. I wish that like I that had been made more clear, because like I think it would have been, I would have had that like moment be more impactful for me,
Yeah.
because
No,
like it
I
didn't look like
understand it.
that pill, but I guess everybody else understood it and I didn't, so maybe I'm
There
just
was like
dumb.
I think it could have just been like the lighting too, but like it was just that plastic because the plastic was blue,
Mhm.
but like you could barely see that it was the green pills under there. So like,
Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, see, like I came in here saying like I didn't enjoy, I like hated the movie and stuff, but like I did enjoy it. Like at the end of the day,
Yeah, it was
like
just kind of one of those like you can't like ask too many questions, and if you don't then you'll enjoy it. Like, but if you're asking
yeah,
a lot of
exactly. Or you
questions,
just
like you're gonna get frustrated with plot holes
yeah,
or
there you
just
go.
like bad acting or bad writing. Like it's gonna happen. But like I think the reason why I like ended up saying like no, like I really liked this movie was because I was thinking about it for days after I watched it, like,
Yeah.
and just like being like ooh, like that like creepy feeling I got like felt great. And I don't know, like I don't get that very frequently, so like, but oh, I did want to bring up one thing though, because I'm still mad about it, the fact that they show Diane in the shower and she has like those like
Oh, and her back.
scars on her back, but they never explain what that was from. And like they made such a big deal out of her touching it and
Yeah, it
showing
is
it,
true.
and then they never explain like what happened. And like
I'm
that
trying to
made me
think,
really
like,
upset.
they didn't explain what happened, yeah. But was there like anything in the movie that later on happened that would like that would even matter? I can't think so. I don't think so, right?
Well, like unless it was just like a reason why she like went psychotic instead of just grieving like a quote unquote normal mother. I don't know that is like a thing. Like I mean, everybody processes things differently. I understand that, but like not everybody goes and kidnaps a child and holds them hostage for
Yeah.
17 years. So like I guess you could argue like maybe it was just showing that she had like been abused in the past or something, and like maybe that like
Yeah, that is really weird. I didn't even think about that. Like that scene really was just thrown in there and it didn't really it was kind of just thrown in there, now that I think.
yeah.
Huh.
And like I feel like I would have wanted to like know, or like even like I didn't even need like a flashback, but like in the end when you're finding out everything that happened and putting all of the puzzle pieces together when she's down in the basement, like that could have been like a thing, like child like rescued from like abusive home or something like that, or like
Yeah, like it gave her it's like the reason why she's like thinking the way she does now or something.
yeah, or like that she was adopted or something.
Interesting.
But I am thinking now because she had that name change, so I don't know if maybe like when she had that name change, that was
Oh.
like because she was trying to get away from someone, maybe. Like you remember that, like in the basement, she finds that she changed
Yeah,
her name from
yeah,
like
it
Diane
was
something to Diane Sherman or whatever.
yeah, I don't remember what the last name was. See, and then also that Chloe, her original daughter, was pronounced dead. So like, oh wait, but they name changed, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Uh,
There's just a lot of like, there's a lot of information that was brought up that wasn't really it was like, they kind of just introduced new things and it didn't really go no. Like, oh, that's crazy though. Like, cause yeah, I thought when Chloe originally peeled off that tag on those pills,
mhm.
and then like seeing how like Diane had a different name before, I thought it was gonna be like a super like mind bending like twist to like this whole family tree or whatever. But no, it was just like information that was brought up and never really touched on.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh well, that's just like a I don't know. That's so weird. I could just fall into like being another like debut like it's like a what's the film? Would this be like considered an amateur film or I don't think
I don't.
so,
So
right?
apparently, that director, I don't know how to say his name, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I'll try it. Anish Shiganti, maybe I don't know, but apparently he
Niche.
did
Yeah.
a movie called Searching that apparently everybody really liked. I haven't seen
Interesting.
that. I would watch it.
He's relative. No, his. Oh no, yeah. Wait, this is like. So the searching, I think, was his first movie, and this is his second movie.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is like an amateur film then.
yeah, I guess so.
So yeah, I mean, see, like I don't know when it comes to like stuff like this, where it's like obviously it's someone's first or second, like they're just getting into it.
Hmm.
Like its flaws aren't even like flaws to me anymore. Like they're just kind of it just shows like where they need improvement in stuff like in terms of writing and stuff.
Yeah, like it was like the sum was greater than the parts. Is that
Mm,
how that saying goes? I don't know. But like when
I
like
think so.
all the individual little pieces aren't great, but
Yeah,
when you
like the
put it all
intricacies.
together, it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I mean that goes with time, but hey, this boy got Sarah Paulson on his second movie. That's crazy.
For real. Like yeah, she yeah, that's the only reason I couldn't call it an amateur movie. It's just because she's in it. So
Because
it's
she's
like,
in there. Yeah, it like has like that borderline like everything about it is amateur except that they got Sarah Paulson in there.
yeah, who really like I said, like I think if she wasn't cast in that role, like the movie would
Hmm.
have felt
It'd be like
kind
a
of pretty
different.
flat.
Yeah. See, this makes me like want this same like plot redone, but with like in a bigger budget, just to
Yeah,
see how it unfold. But
yeah.
man, well, is there any other things you want to touch on?
I'm trying to think because I feel like there was probably something else that was like weird that came up that I'm trying to think
Mm.
of.
Yeah, but you watched it like a week ago, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I'm really trying to like reach back into the depths of my mind here. But
It's honestly like a shorter sided movie. So like
mhm.
like there's not there's a lot that happens, but when there's not too much that happens because of its time length.
Yeah, the I will give her the the actress who played Chloe killed that
Mm.
part when she was drinking the poison in the closet. Like
Oh
that whole
yeah,
scene was like so that was probably the best scene in the movie in my opinion. And
I didn't even think about that. Like
but she was
my
like
mom.
convincing. I was like,
Yeah,
she's
she did
gonna
a
do
really
it.
good
She's
job on
gonna
that
freaking
part.
inject that girl with paint thinner. Oh wait, no, she's not. Oh wait, no, she's just gonna drink poison that's gonna like kill her in seconds. Like, whoa, and like that, like
That's a bold
sudden
move.
change of
Like
power where she's like, no, like you need me. I was like, whoa, whoa,
yep,
okay.
she really, yeah, really drank that, knowing like I know my body. I'm about to survive this.
Yeah, but like but also like it was like there's a chance that that Diane might decide that it's not worth it. Like that she might
Yeah.
let her die because she doesn't want to get caught for what she did. So like there was always that chance that she might just die right there, a really bad death.
That's a bold move. That comes with high risk, high reward move.
For real, but like that was that. I mean, the tides
Man, I totally forgot
changed
about
in an
that whole
instant.
area.
Like that was wild. I do remember wanting to touch on that because that was nuts and well acted for sure. Because she goes from being like in this desperation and like I don't think I'm gonna make it out of this alive, and I'm going to be injected with paint thinner and become a vegetable, and then 2 seconds later is like, aha, like I have the high ground. It's just crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Hey,
like
that.
that's
Oh, I mean, okay.
that's most of what I think I wanted to touch on.
Yeah, it's very simple and sweet movie. It was like it was very. It's like one of those. It's like a date night movie, low key. It's like something that you can have on the
Yeah.
background, enjoy, get some laughs, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
talk
think
about
it's
them.
just like
But
one of those movies like kind of like where it's like it's not so bad it's good, but it's like just kind of like oh, I just wanted something that I could watch and be like entertained by, but like not have to
yeah,
think too terribly hard.
it's like a good appetizer.
Yeah, I'd agree with
All
that
right.
for sure.
All right. Last question, I guess, is would you? I mean, we already know your answer. You've been saying it the whole way, but would you recommend the movie?
I definitely would, and like I didn't really want to tell you too much before you watched it. Like I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
overhype or like I don't like to overhype anything if I
Yeah, yeah,
can. But I think that's what people listen to things like this for. But like
yeah.
I definitely think it's a great movie to watch if like you can take things with a grain of salt and like just like watch the whole movie and like then decide. And like if you
Mm-hmm.
just want to be entertained and also see like a really really incredible performance by Sarah Paulson, because like who doesn't want to see that? Like it's worth it even if it's just for her. Like
Yeah,
so good for that. Like there's definitely issues, there's definitely plot holes, like can't
everybody
deny
do got them.
that by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely think that it's worth watching and a fun watch, like entertaining. Like I didn't like I felt I was super tired when I started it and I was wide awake by the end of it because I was like, oh my gosh, like every five
I'm so
seconds.
interested.
So yeah.
You know what this movie reminds me of too? I don't know why. It's like totally different. It's Hush. I don't know, the
Gosh.
one with the deaf woman that was in the woods,
Yeah. Yeah,
and she had the
she was
wait,
the one who was
yeah.
also from Hill House.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that because I haven't seen Hush since it came out. But like in turn, like they're both different, but like it's like they both like fall under. It's so kind of similar. Like you have your victim and you have like their captive, or
Yeah.
captor, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think
Um,
I would have put those two together, but now that you say that, I definitely agree because I watched that one not too long ago, like a couple of months ago. Um,
mhm.
and yeah, because like especially how it's like she does have like that disadvantage to the captor, like they're not equals, like because she can't hear anything. So
Yeah, they both had disabilities.
yeah, so like there's that, and like, but also the fact that there were a lot of moments where you're kind of like, why didn't you just do this or why didn't you just do that? Like there were
Hmm.
some like little moments that were kind
Yeah,
of like
like
infuriating as a viewer. But yeah.
So I would say if you know you've seen Hush, then you you'd like probably like maybe 8 times out of 10 like this movie too.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I mean, I don't really say too many good things, but in no way is this like a terrible movie. No way is it. It's just a good movie. It's just like borderline good. Um, I will say that at the end, because I was watching with 3 other friends. I think we have 3. I can't remember. I watched Tenet yesterday too. So, um, I had like no, I think it was 2 other friends, and at the end, for the most part, our general consensus is that we all enjoyed it too. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good movie. I would recommend it. Any last thoughts before we close?
Oh, I think that's everything. Just once again, thank you for having me on the show.
This is like it's like as if Dylan never left. It's like it's like you've been here for more than like you're a seasoned vet already. This is crazy.
Once a best boy, always a best boy.
That's what I'm saying. Well, wait, like it's always nice having you, Ashton. I miss you. Hopefully we get to all hang out fairly soon. That's our review on Run. All right, bye bye.
Bye.